G'day, Kelvin.
Hi, Mark. How are you doing?
Oh, good. Hey, loving lockdown.
Yeah, we just pushed it out a bit longer for you because you're enjoying it so much.
Oh, so much. Those cases, they were in Hamilton, is that right? According to the...
Yeah, two unlinked in Hamilton overnight.
Oh, unlinked.
Well, when I last heard the conversation this morning, they at that stage hadn't made the linkage.
Right. Okay.
So I shouldn't read too much into that. They were unlinked at that stage, I should say.
I thought Chris Hipkins said they came from the same household, but maybe
look, that was 10 o'clock this morning. So
yeah, I could be wrong though.
Yeah.
I was only half listening, so.
Yeah. I was in a Teams meeting, so I was having sort of a side screen going at the same time, trying to get an idea of what was happening.
Oh no, you're right. 2 unlinked cases. Ugh.
Yeah. So that's probably more of the driver, the fact that they were unlinked and at that stage still hadn't got a linkage rather than anything else.
Oh.
Good, Kelvin.
Hi, Maxine.
Thank you for your email earlier regarding the protest that's going to happen on Saturday and other sensitive issues around there.
Yeah, that's good. I say I've had a good conversation with the police. They have that well in hand and have in fact been doing some brokering as well. So
brilliant.
They were comfortable, so I'm confident.
Okay, thank you.
Maxine, you're actually an apology for this meeting, so away you go.
I know. I responded to Tyler and said, oops, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
Here I am. I'm just breaking in anyway.
No worries.
That very helpful background that makes it a little hard to identify a yellow hand.
I know. I'm so sorry about that. Didn't realise it until I put it up. I might just change it back, actually.
No.
I quite like the message.
Yeah, no, the message is good.
I'm not going to say about anything about yours in camouflage, Ewan.
As in my, oh, okay.
Your squirrel.
My squirrel.
Kia ora.
Go on, Karen.
Karen.
Are you all well in your bubbles?
Yeah, we are.
Spoken like someone in level 2.
Without a care in the world.
It was good.
Don't mind the pun.
Dad joke. How is level 2? I've forgotten what it's like. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
But you don't want me to answer that question.
No, okay. I was asking longingly.
Always look on the bright side of life.
You know what? There are so many people still doing business, and like I put up a post about Motor 10 the other day. They're still doing, surely not as much business, but they're still fighting on. It's really impressive.
And their service is outstanding.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great? Yeah. And then it must be, you see these guys, they're just running to get your stuff out to your car.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only problem was you had to wait 3 days to be able to go and pick your stuff up. That was the only drawback.
Yeah. I tried to put a click and collect in Sunday afternoon. They said, oh, no, we're actually thinking we'll be in level 2, so we're not taking any more click and collect.
I've never had a problem at Rokura.
No, so that's where I normally go to.
My neighbour's got a similar service to Mitre 10. He's operating through extended circumstances and his drug dealing. He's now running them up to a different house.
I don't want to know. Are we live?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Hopefully they're watching and they leave.
Yeah. Yeah. This is really just a cunning ploy so Lance never gets into his new office, isn't it? Oh, you're on mute, Richard.
I offered Lance my office ages ago.
No one's been able to get near it anyway, I think. There was one day in level 2, I was in my office upstairs and rang Lance and he says, I'm in my office. I'm the only one on the 4th floor. I was the only one on the 9th floor. But, these are big offices. Dee 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 dee.
I guess we're just waiting for the mayor.
I think so. Yeah.
We've got a quorum
And a
otherwise.
quorum? Yeah.
One,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Angela's here. Kesha's here.
6,
Donnie's here.
7, 8, 9. Yeah, we've got a quorum. Why don't Deputy Mayor Jeff, could you jump?
He's not here either.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
you-
no,
well-
I'm here.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, just
Um,
kick us off,
oh,
Jeff.
I'm just trying to find myself on the screen. Let's see. I'll
Just to see your forehead occasionally.
yeah, I'll get rid of the filter. Oh,
Obviously, do we have any message as the mayor's on her way? By all means, Jeff.
yeah. I'll double check.
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah, sure. But obviously, if she doesn't show, then obviously you're it. Absolutely.
well, it's already 4 minutes past.
Yeah.
I'll do it the courtesy of just double checking with her.
I can check where she is, Jeff. I assume she's on a media call following the level 3 announcement, but I'll confirm.
The one,
We'll give it another minute. Just see what happens there.
I think this would have been your highlight of your career, Jeff, leading the annual report council meeting to
Yeah.
adopt it, you know.
It's hail at my house. It's hailing outside.
Yeah.
Like
they've-
really big.
I don't think you saw the announcement. Spring's been postponed as well.
Oh my God.
it's
Yeah,
nice
they-
and sunny here. You
Oh,
need to live in the city.
I do live in the city.
I tell you, these
No,
Zoom
you
calls are
don't.
really good for your washing because you can tell if Dave's got a rainstorm, you know it's going to hit Rob's place next. Then it's going to come to my place. So by the time it's at Rob's place, it's definitely time to get your washing in. It's red. Yeah, I tell you, we're a meteorologist's dream.
By the time it gets to your place, Mark, it's all over.
Yeah, well, there's not much left. You've used it all up in Flagstaff. It tends to come from the northwest, doesn't it? Most of the time.
The cold weather comes from the south, so you get the cold weather ahead of us, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah,
It's 5 past, Jeff.
yeah.
Sure.
Crack into it, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I'll open this extraordinary meeting at 3:05. Welcome, everybody. We have apologies from Councillor Van Oosten, Councillor Hamilton, and partial from Councillor Naidu-Roof.
Just to let you know that
Sorry,
Councillor Maxine is here.
Oh, hello, Councillor Maxine. We'll get rid of that apology.
And Mayor Paula for lateness, Deputy
And
Mayor.
yeah, Paula for lateness. Any other apologies? No.
I'll move.
All right,
Or
thank
second.
you. Those in favour?
Right.
Right.
Okay. All right. Confirmation of the agenda on page 5. And really, we've got quite a simple agenda here. Really, just the one big item there.
Happy to move that.
All right. I'll second. Those in favour? Carried. Any declarations of interest? No.
Well, I helped write it, but I think that it's not really.
Right. No public forum? Nope. Okay, so into item 5, recommendations from open committee meetings. And we've got Kieran Horn as the presenter here.
Kia ora, everyone.
Hello.
Would you like me to take over now?
Yes, if you give us a intro into it.
Okay, so you've got the paper there with the annual report, annual return, and annual report, and the rep letters attached. I confirm that the Strategic Risk and Audit Committee have passed the resolution to recommend to Council that they adopt the annual report, subject to any final amendments being reviewed by myself as chair. And I can confirm that I have reviewed those final changes of a very minor nature, and I'm satisfied with the final report that's attached in your agenda there. I can also confirm that Audit New Zealand have given verbal audit clearance, subject to Council adopting the report. I just draw your attention to page 221 of the annual report, and that's the audit opinion. It is a clear, unmodified opinion this year, which is an extremely good result in the circumstances. I also confirm that the committee have recommended that the Chief Executive and the Mayor on behalf of Council sign the representation letter to Audit New Zealand, subject to my review. And I can confirm that I have reviewed that final letter and I'm happy with the contents. I've also reviewed the recommendations given by both staff and the CCOs in support of those representations made in those letters. So I'm happy with that. Before I open it up for questions, I would like to sincerely thank Tracy and her team for the superb work on the accounts, financial statements again this year, and for Audit New Zealand for their pragmatic approach. Once again, it has not been an easy year to get these financial statements audited and across the line, given the COVID circumstances that we were in throughout the audit period. So well done for that. A superb job in the circumstances. Thank you, Tracy, and your team. So look, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Karen.
First of all, before we go, thanks, Jeff. You can carry on chairing this for me. Thank you for stepping in for me. I appreciate it, and I apologise, but that was TV1 at the door. So you know, some things come up, don't they? Not very good things, but sometimes they come up. But you, Jeff, you've got this in hand, so you just continue chairing it through. That'd be great. Thanks.
All right.
They can turn up at level 3. They can turn up at level 3 and just. Wow.
So, right. So
special.
All right. So we've got some questions. We'll start. I'll just turn with you and Councillor Wilson.
Thanks, Deputy Mayor. I guess my first question to staff, and I'm relaxed to answer it, is the uncorrected disclosure deficiency of $544,000. And I'm just trying to understand how that could have eventuated, and wanting some assurance that by signing off the report, we're not just accepting that there's going to be some sort of further investigation for clarification.
Thank you, Councillor Yuan. So you're talking about the piece that's around commitments and the representation letter?
Yeah, I guess Appendix 1, simply titled Uncorrected Disclosure Deficiency of $544,000.
Yeah, so what that is us just making what our further commitments are, so not necessarily in our accounts for this year, but sort of what's coming up. And at the moment, you'll remember that we put in a new accounting system during the year, and a part of that was a new module called the Contracts Register, which is where we hold all of our information about contracts. So what we tried to do is use that new module to extract a whole lot of information. Unfortunately, it didn't quite pull through everything that we wanted to, and it became quite a manual piece of work. So the reason why I'm quite comfortable for it to be left is we know that we actually do need to do a piece of work around that and just reconcile it back to what should be going through it and making sure that we're capturing everything. So again, I'm really comfortable. It's not material. Doesn't have materiality level. I'm comfortable that what we've got in the accounts is correct, but very much acknowledging that it is still a piece of work that we just need to do better in.
And you, sorry, if I could, Deputy Mayor, and you will come back with a finalised analysis once you've done that work?
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, it came down to the time crunch. It was the difference of me holding off a whole audit trying to get it right. And I could have done that with my staff. It's just time. And I didn't have time. So I made a decision to basically let it be on the report. And obviously in the meantime, my team is still trying to reconcile it and make sure it's correct.
And I guess that will go through the finance committee when you've completed.
Yeah, I can certainly do that. Yeah, absolutely happy to do that.
Thank you. Thanks, Deputy Mayor.
Thanks, Councillor Wilson. Councillor Bunting.
Thank you, DMG4. I'm on page 221, Tracy, looking at the shares in the Well Energy Trust. Now, I know we're a capital beneficiary and I know they don't mature, as it were, or anything happens until 2073 or something, isn't it? Are we just going to have that consistent line in every 10-year plan, or is it worth looking at a current value? Because I know that Councillor Ryan and myself have been talking with them about different ways of, co-investing in the community. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if it wouldn't be helpful to have that. And I'm not saying rush out and do it for this one, but maybe next year would it be possible to get a current value of the company?
Sure. Yeah. Great question.
Thank you. That's all I got, I'm afraid. Not a good meeting until I've asked a question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Councillor Pasco.
I think Martin was ahead of me.
Oh, sorry, Councillor Gallagher.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, Rob will have the substantive questions, I would imagine. Look, this is just a minor thing of the document, probably addressed to Julia or our comms team. Just clarify the standard thing with the document. This is a report from the directors, i.e. the councillors, Mangamaori, and of course the external representatives on our audit and risk. And I want to absolutely praise and just say how crucial it is, their role of our audit and risk externals. Thank you so much. So just the list of directors, councillors, Mangamaori are in there, are they, on both the documents? I'm just trying to work it out. It's just a document issue, that's all. Because obviously this is a product. This is, in terms of accountability, it's clear who it's from.
Councillor Gallagher, I will need to check back. I know we've had a couple of conversations because Mangamaori do not have voting rights on the council committee.
Well, look, this is just a presentation, so it's no different. I'm sitting around a board of directors from Fletcher or whatever. What I would want to see is, in terms of the document, the presentation, is that we certainly just represent chief exec. Obviously, the chief executive's mentioned, of course, the mayor is the chair of the board. So I would certainly want to see the list of the councillors, Mangamaori. That's just a document.
So jumping in here, Councillor Gallagher. So Julie, what Councillor Martin's after is just inclusion and reference to the existence of Mangai, etc., not necessarily the legal sign off of the report, because as you're right, Julie, there's a legal responsibility for council to sign that report off. So it's a distinction between presentation and authority. He's not questioning the authority aspect, just making sure the presentation's correct in the annual report to acknowledge the governance framework of council.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks, Richard.
Thank you. We can look at that. And sorry, I'm just trying to scroll back to find where I think it is. If it's not there, we're more than happy to add it in. Subject, but that just need to be included in the resolution.
Well, good, Councillor Gallagher.
No. Look, this is the preamble, and it is about accountability to your shareholders, to the city, and this is purely that if I pick up any company report, I pick up a report very quickly within the first 2, 3, 4 pages. There's just a list or whatever of descriptor of who sits on the board, because ultimately we are collectively responsible for this report. We carry that responsibility, and as Richard has correctly said, then you describe those who have assisted us in the governance process, and obviously it's entirely appropriate. So this is purely a presentation issue. That's it, and I'll leave it to staff to sort that. Thank you.
Okay. Councillor Pasco.
Yeah, thanks, Deputy Mayor and Chair. I just wanted to clarify, Tracy, as a follow-on to Councillor Wilson's question, that the 544,000 he referred to does not mean that the financial statements are out of balance by that amount. Am I correct in assuming that it's really a matter of reconciling the payments that have been made back to that contracts register. And that's the missing link at this stage.
Yeah, and it just affects the commitments note. Not
Sorry, I didn't quite get your answer.
It just affects the commitment note, not the.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm prepared to move when you're ready, Chair.
Right, we've got no more questions. Thank you, Councillor Pasco. So we have got two recommendations there from the Strategic Risk and Assurance meeting of September 29th. The draft management representation letter, that Council approves the letter of representation to Audit New Zealand, be signed by the CE and the Mayor on behalf of Council, and that the Council adopts the annual report. I wonder if it might be appropriate, Councillor Pasco, for yourself and Mayor Paula to share the honours there.
I'm happy for that.
Mayor Paula, would you like to move and Councillor Pasco second?
Yeah, look, I'm happy for Rob to move, and I'll second. It doesn't. Okay. It's fine. That's under.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. Any debate?
Yeah, I'd just like to speak very briefly, Chair, and that's really to follow on from Karen's comments and moving a vote of thanks to the very skilled and professional team of Tracy, David, and the finance team in the delivery of audit-ready financial reports for this year and stewardship reports. And if I can just cling on to this, and I know that that's part of their statutory duty, but also to Clarence and Nord from Audit New Zealand, who shared some of those challenges with the staff in completing the compliance that was required, particularly during the extra challenges of level 3 and level 4 that have butted up against a well-constructed and a timetable that we had to get this work completed on time. So even though we're a few weeks later than we originally expected to be, I think it's still a very, very good result. And I move our thanks to them, to the two groups, for the work that they've undertaken on behalf of Council. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Pasco. Mayor Southgate.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Taylor. I want to support Rob's comments and just give our thanks to the Independent Risk and Audit Chair and independent member, because their advice and guidance throughout this process has been amazing. Staff have done an awesome job. It actually hasn't been a straightforward process this year, as Rob has said, for a variety of different reasons. And I guess that's the nature of the beast, a bit of complexity. But we really enjoy our relationship with the independent risk and audit members and Audit New Zealand and others who help step us through these processes. So the outcome is a good one, and I think it's one we can all be proud of. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mayor Southgate. Councillor Gallagher.
Yeah, thank you. Look, if I may indulge me, I just want to focus a little bit on the document as a descriptor, because obviously the financials are crucial and central to this document. But I'm really delighted in the way in which the team, and a big shout out to our finance section, obviously, but all of our staff, and to Richard and the staff. But I think this is a great document in the sense it does describe the incredible variety of activities and achievements and things that we are involved with. And I think so, in addition to obviously we're approving, of course, the financials, this document is a historic record, dare I say it, of the achievements over the last year and the challenges, and just what a great professional team we have in its totality, including governance, Māori, our audit and risk members, and our staff team led by Richard, in putting all this together. So I thank them for that.
Right, thank you, Councillor Gallagher. Any other speakers? Not seeing any on my screen. No? All right. Well, I'll put both motions together then. Those in favour, please do the little marquee thing on your screen, the little tick, if you can.
The motion is carried unanimously.
Right, thank you very much for that. Is that all? That's a lot. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. I declare the meeting closed at 3:23 my time.
Oh,
thank you.
We put an hour aside for this. Shouldn't we be dragging it out a bit?
The last council meeting, 22 minutes long. Boom.
Yeah, it's very Pasco-esque, isn't it?
I knew you had it, Jeff. You didn't.
Yeah, you
Tracy,
got
you
it
and
now, Jeff.
you and the team can sleep easy tonight.